Hi, my name is Jenny Burns, and I am doing a little watercolor class, a little free watercolor class, and I'm going to do a couple different levels so that your little ones can do it. And so Jack, my 5-year-old, he did one that was really awesome, and then my 7-year-old and my older ones that are a little bit more capable could do a different level. And so that's the kind of classes that I'm going to be teaching, is to all of our kids are at different levels, and sometimes art can be kind of a challenge, and so I want to help facilitate that. And so we're going to start with learning some triangles and making some fun holiday cards or just some holiday trees. So come on over. Okay, we're going to start with our younger guys, and today we're going to learn how to do rectangles. So I'm going to use a Sharpie. You can use whatever you want. If you want to use a pencil, if you want to use a crayon. So we're going to start by making the trunk of our tree. Let's make a rectangle. Nice straight lines. And then we're going to make a triangle. So you do a line across here. And then you go in the middle. You can make a dot if you need to. Here. And a line across here. You can make a couple of them. You can make a long one. It's a fun thing about trees is they're all different shapes. They don't look the same. If you go out in nature, you can see that trees are all very unique. You can have short, stubby ones, tall, spindly ones. We'll do a few of them. Okay. And our trees are lots of different colors, and I like to make fun colored trees. We can make green trees. Let's start with some green. It's a fun color. Make one this color, maybe a darker color green. These are fun. And how about a blue tree? Why not? I'm not even using watercolor paper. This is just like cardstock. Sometimes it's fun to use watercolor paper, and sometimes we can just, let's see, I have a brown, I guess, some kind of brown over here. Now, if you let this dry first, your trunk won't run into there, but watch. If I don't let it dry and they mix, then my trunk color is gonna run into. That is one thing about watercolor. It's really cool, but it also can be a little bit frustrating for kids sometimes. So that's fun. Here's Jack's. He had a hard time drawing the triangles. So that was why I thought that we could do this. Now we're going to do another one where we stack the triangles to make it more like this one here. And the way we do that is you can make your trunk, and you make a big triangle at the bottom. And if I had a pencil, I would erase this part because you want to stack them. And this one is a little bit smaller. Oops, here. And this one is even smaller. That's why it would be nice to have use a pencil, and then you can erase this part in the middle. And you can make them all different. I mean, you could fill the whole page with trees. Lots of things we can do. The neat thing about kids is they're so creative, and they always, my kids always kind of come up with their own rendition of the art projects that we're doing, and they're all so unique, and it's just so fun to watch. I'm going to give it a brown trunk, and that's fun. All right. And for the older kids to get this kind of a look, I'll show you what we did. So I used 3 different colors here. I've got a darker color, a lighter color, and then an even lighter green. And you can get the same effect by using just one color. So I'm going to try that. So what you want to do is you want to get your, we do the lighter part first, and we fill that in first, and we're going to layer it. So you want to test your color over here to see if it's as light as you want it. I think I might even just add a little bit of this lighter green. So I want this top layer to be really pale, like it's off in the distance. And if you go outside, maybe you have mountains in your area, and you look at the mountains, usually the ones that are closest are the darkest, or the trees, or whatever it is. And then the things that are in the back, the further away you get, the lighter the color is. So that's what we want to do. We want to make these trees in the background look really pale. So I'm just going to paint the triangles. I'm going to start painting. They don't have to be very exact. And I'm going to just take some of this because it's kind of, this isn't the best paper. But it's fun to practice. Sometimes it's fun to use nicer paper to practice though, because then you get a better idea of what it's going to look like. We're just painting triangles. Okay. And then I think we're going to pause the movie there. Can do a little bit of light stuff in the back here. So you see that I'm not adding very much more paint. I'm mostly just adding, I'm even going to take a little bit of this off to make it even lighter. Add a little bit more. You could maybe even add some blue back there, a little bit of blue. And then we're going to pause this video to let it dry. Because if I go in right now and I add darker color on here, what's going to happen is that will bleed, and this darker color will fill in the light color, and then you won't get what the look that you're wanting to go for. So let's pause now. Okay, so this is dry, and we're going to go ahead and do the next layer. Just going to mix my color here. I've got a medium, I think this is called sap green. And I'm not going to go right in the middle or on top of that. I'm going to kind of go over the top. See how my trees aren't perfect, because you know, trees they're not perfect triangles. One of the challenges with kids is they want a lot of times kids want it to look really dark, and it's okay if it's not. Let's do this one up here a little bit. This is watercolor, and so you want water is what moves the pigment on the page. The pigment is another word for paint. So you want to make sure you have enough water on your brush and mix with your paint to move the paint around. Okay, not perfect triangles because we want it to look like more like a tree. Okay, now I'm gonna maybe make a little bit more over here. I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna make some green down here so that when I put my trees here, there'll be something in between. It's lighter. We're gonna let that dry and then we'll do the final layer. Okay, these ones, this layer is dry, and we're gonna go do the next layer. Oh, I got a lot of water in there. All right. It's okay to overlap. Over your other layer. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. These would be a really fun Christmas card to take to the kids last year. Took a bunch of Christmas cards to a retirement center in our area, and the residents there loved them. They made them Christmas trees on paper, and it was the sweetest thing. You know, some of the residents didn't have grandchildren that lived nearby, and it was a really, we could tell that it really blessed them. So that might be a fun thing. Practice doing your trees, and find some elderly people who would really appreciate a card. All right. Okay, I think we're done for now. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to add more water to my brush and a bunch more water. I have barely any. And I'm going to just put a little bit of light colored up there to make it look like it's kind of cloudy. And that's going to look really neat when it dries. Okay guys, let me know what you think. And I want to see if you want to post a picture in the comments of your rendition of this cute little holiday tree card. Please do. Love to see it, and we look forward to seeing you in the class. Let me know if you have any questions. These are some of the examples. This one's Ralphie's. He's 18 months. Super fun. All right.